Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay. Hey, I'll kick this off, everyone. Good afternoon. First thing I want to say is I just moved back from Japan like 2 weeks ago, and all I've heard in the news was how it's rained like every weekend for the past 2 months, and you can't get any better than this. This is a special day, and the first thing I want to say is for the parents, mom and dad, you must be so proud. For those who don't know, Rupam's sister Rai just graduated from high school like 2 hours ago. Which is a significant accomplishment, and we'll go to the University of Maryland College Park next year. And then of course we're all here for Rupam's promotion. And I was gonna say thanks for everyone for coming out here today for Rupam's special day, but then I think I realized that you probably came the furthest for your own promotion. But all kidding aside, family and friends, distinguished guests, thank you for being here. Again, it's special. And I think for several reasons. One, to have family here. I think in the military, it's not a given. You know, when I look back at my own career, my first promotion, I was on a flight line to Afghanistan. Second one, I was on a ship. The third one, I was here at the Naval Academy, but not all of my family could make it. So to have family, friends of family, friends, and old professors, I think that's something special. Number two, we're doing it here at the United States Naval Academy, of course, Rupam's alma mater. And I think what's even more crazy is that we're not just doing it at the Naval Academy, we're doing it here in T Court. And for those of you who don't know the Naval Academy, I'm not a grad, but this is where it all began. This is where the plebes took their initial oath of office right here and started their naval career. And then, of course, Rupam was class of 2020, which was COVID. And so while the world was trying to shut down everything, I remember as staff, how are we going to pull this off? And I remember, you know, not all the family and friends could be here. It was done in like 5 waves, and it was chaos. So to go from that to now, 4 years later, here we are. And before this, you know, I was catching up with Rupam, asking him about his career, and I reflected back on his time at the academy, and I thought, man, I'm going to share some embarrassing story about Rupam, but I really couldn't because he got good grades, physically fit, and didn't get in trouble, not that I know of. So when I heard all the things that he did in his career, I was like, not surprised at all. And so I told him, I was like, hey, write a bio, because you'll use it, you know, as you get more senior down the road. And so I sent him mine as an example, and he sends his bio back. And he's like, hey, sir, it's not as much as yours. And I was like, hey, don't worry about it. And I'm looking through it, and I'm like, you have done so much in your naval career in the 4 short years. I won't name names, but as I was driving up here, I was talking to one of his classmates, won't name names, who's still in flight school, still in school for the past 4 years. And that's not that person's fault. But we look now and what he's done, and you know, I'm not going to go through like everything, but you deployed on the Portland,
yes sir,
and Amphib,
yes sir.
You supported several numbered fleets all across the globe. But the one thing I wanted to highlight on was he supported 7th Fleet, and for those who don't know, 7th Fleet is in the Pacific, and that means a lot to me because that's where I just came from. And the things that we were doing over there, you know, when I first went to the Pacific, they were like, hey, we're going to do exercises. And in 2024, they don't call them exercises anymore. They call them operations, activities, and investments. What we're doing over there is not just training. It's not making our unit better. Of course, that's a part of it. But it's actually rehearsing the plans, the tactics that we're using against a live adversary. And we know who we're talking about when I say that. Real world. Evaluating how our adversaries are going to act. People in uniform just like us, but wearing our enemy uniform, and it was real world things, and that's what he did. And then the crazier thing is that as I was reading through these exercises, I was like, dude, you and I were in the exact same spot. I didn't know you were there. Why didn't you call me?
Yeah.
Of course, he was on a ship, so he couldn't call me.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just crazy to go from. I don't think I said this, but I was his company officer when he was here, and to go from that relationship, remembering you as a second class and firstie, and then to see the things that you've done beyond that. And then the last thing, kind of on accomplishments, is his ship was tasked to recover the Artemis. Now, I didn't really know what that is, but I've heard about it. And if you don't know, it's a NASA space capsule that orbits the moon.
Wow.
And so you say, well, okay, he was on the ship. Well, that's pretty cool enough itself, because I'm nearing 15 years in the military and I've never seen a space capsule outside of a museum. But it wasn't just that. I think what speaks highly to Rupam is that he was selected as one of 4 senior watch officers. And if you don't know what that is, I mean, they basically run the ship on behalf of the commanding officer. Everything that ship does and fails to do is on that watch officer. And I know that you don't just pick anybody for that, you pick the best. And Rupam is the best. So I think it's time to promote you, and I'll shut up. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Rupam Model,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
Support and defend
support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
both foreign and domestic,
both foreign and domestic,
and that I bear true faith
and I bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and that I take this obligation freely,
and that I take this obligation freely
without mental reservation
without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office
of the office
which I'm about to enter.
which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, Mom, Dad, and I'm gonna say Ryan, not little sister.
Fitters. Yep.
That's nice. Mom and Dad get to do that. That's
Take
awesome.
it out and put it in. The new ones.
Yep. Yep, that's good. Look at Mom's. Take that back. Yep, that's fine.
পম্পাদি তুমি একটু সরো
Very nice.
Alright, picture.
With him.
থ্যাংক ইউ
All right, appreciate it. All right. Hey, hey, thank you for everyone for coming out. It really was just a blessing to be able to hold this. Major E kind of mentioned it. The timing was just, it couldn't be any better. My sister graduated high school, the same high school I went to, and then being able to do this today, right before getting underway on Monday for a couple months. So literally just things lined up perfectly. My command was super supportive. You don't get many opportunities like this in this line of work to be able to celebrate these kind of moments with the people you love and care about. So I'm really thankful that everything lined up and that I got so much support to be able to do this. A lot of people to thank. My professors over there who knew me. Major Yi also knew me as a midshipman. Taught me so much. I carry those lessons to me, to my ship, to my sailors every day. And all my friends from Howard, you guys, literal day ones. It's crazy. I've known Justin since I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
I've known Arju since like the 6th grade at Eldridge Landing. We go way back. And the fact that we've still known each other for some of you more than 10 years now, I mean, we're pretty much friends for life at this point. So I love that you guys are here. Appreciate you guys. Family, friends, mom, dad, baby sister. I'm still gonna call you that. It's awesome. We all were able to make it today. For those of you who don't know, we don't get many opportunities like this anymore. With me being gone all the time, my sister about to take off for college, my dad being long distance now with his job. So us being able to come together for this weekend was also just a big deal for us. So really a lot of great things had to come together to make this happen. I just couldn't be more thankful to make this happen. So again, just thank you. After this, if anybody would like to stay behind, we're going to go to Fed House. We got a reservation at 6 for a pretty big group. So anybody that's hungry, wants to get food, come on by. But otherwise, again, appreciate you coming and see you guys later.
No, you want me to stop it?
Appreciate it. This is crazy.
No. Stop it.